ProBoat just unleashed an insane water demon. They took their ultra popular Sonic Wake 36 and stuffed an 8S capable brushless system in it, which will propel this boat over 60 miles an hour. That's faster than their Sonic Wake 48, but that's not all. They completely revamped this boat with a lot of new features, including a replaceable nose cone, which I think a lot of people might find useful with such a powerful RC watercraft at their fingertips. I'm really excited to dive into this one, RC drivers. Let's get it out of the box. Here it is, RC drivers, the Sonic Wake 36 V3 out of the box, and it's looking wild. Just like the previous versions, I went and dug out my V1 and V2 just to do some comparisons along the way. This boat looks awesome. Obviously, I've got the black and yellow version. There's also an orange version with some wild yellowish graphics on it. This is pretty cool. They've made a lot of changes to this boat. It's not just I could slap some hardware on and upgrade my old version. No, this is completely different. So basically you got the same shape hull, however, it's molded a bit different. It's a molded ABS hull, and I took a look at the bottom here. The strakes are much sharper than the V2, which should help with the stability. But the big feature on this one, guys, is it has a replaceable cone in the front. So you could see there's some screws up top here, and there's a couple more under the decal, and you can see the split line here. So if you do go and crash this thing, you'll be able to go and replace this. And with a boat that goes 60 miles an hour, things can happen. So that's a really welcome change to this boat, and you don't really see too much of a disruption here as far as the smoothness of the hull. Right back here, you can see the 4 holes. This is used to fill up the flood chamber, which I'll show you in just a little bit because this is a self-righting hull, but very strong. The hull itself, decals applied on the outside, not painted. The seam along the side from the hull to the deck seems nice and tight. And then you've got the canopy up top with the new quarter turn twist locks on it, which I like a lot better than the screw down that they had on the previous version, because sometimes you'd cross thread it. These are nice and simple, and they provide a nice tight pull down for that canopy to seal it off, because there's a foam gasket underneath it. But let's just swing it around to the back. There are the holes for the rear of the flood chamber. That's going to let the water out when the boat self-rights. And look at the hardware changes back here. If you're familiar with this boat, you can see that they've done a little bit of work. It's got similar trim tabs to the previous version. These are adjustable, knife edge. And then you can see the trim tabs back here on the previous versions. The V1, it was just a single aluminum tab on the bottom. V2, it just had a single tab with the adjustable screw bracket up top. And now we've got a dual plate trim tab on each side with, of course, these adjustable screws with an aluminum bracket. Nice jeweled edge on that. There is the strut that's adjustable as well. You can see it's got a screw back here because you could go and grease the bushing with the ProBoat grease gun that they offer. And of course, inside that is your flex shaft and a nylon stuffing tube. And this actually came with a little yellow tag on it that said to check the grease on the shaft before you run it for the very first time. That's a little bit of a bummer that you can't just go out and run this thing, that they want you to take it apart immediately. And I took mine apart. It was fairly greased. I added a little bit more for my liking, but just something to check out and notice. Obviously, you're not going to get around it. It's got this yellow tag on it, but it would have been nice if that was perfect from the factory, in my opinion. You can see it's got pretty large prop on there. Couldn't find the specs. If I do, I will put it down in the video description, but at least it's a metal prop, double nut on that. And then over to the rudder, so you got an aluminum bracket. It is a breakaway style. It's supposed to be improved. It's got the little notch on the lower screw here, so if you hit something, it'll just slide that rudder right out of the capture of the screw and lessen the damage. We've already got 2 cooling tubes on there, so if I pull this included little rubber protector off, you can see the holes down in the bottom where the water goes in, and one is for your speed controller, the other is for your motor. We've got bushings on there, just so everything spins nice and free as far as the rudder is concerned. And then there is your steering tie rod, rubber boot, things you would expect, but really nice aluminum hardware setup. And finally, you've got this rubber stopper, so you go and empty any water out of the boat. And it is tethered, which is always awesome. These 2 little hexes up top, that's your water exit, which is pretty awesome because the previous versions had the exits on the side, and sometimes you couldn't actually see if water was coming out. So you'll definitely notice water coming out of the top of the boat. Let's pull the canopy off now. Quarter turn, another quarter turn, final quarter turn. and the canopy comes off. They do have foam flotation under that, very cool. And here is the inside of the boat. There's your flood chamber, and they even have a post on the other side just to brace up the hull. And let's start off in the front. Foam flotation in there, dialed. Here is your SSL battery tray, strap, slide, and lock. So you put your batteries in there, easy to put in, take out, and they give you some Velcro in the kit to go and secure the batteries even more. So that slides right in there. Right behind it is the speed controller platform, and I love that they have the plugs captured here, so you can just go plug your battery in. It's nice and solid, doesn't flop around, just neatens things up. Before I get into the electronics, just show you some of the other mounting platforms here. So there's your platform for the servo and receiver box. This is a sealed receiver box, better than the previous version, so I like that they made that change. And then your motor mount. This looks like it's pretty solid as well. Aluminum motor plate, and then right behind it is this little magnetic cover, and that is your access for your coupler. So it just drops right in there, stays solid. That's very cool. And there's a brass tube, obviously, for your flex shaft. You are gonna need two 10mm wrenches. So even though they tell you to go grease this up before you even run it, they don't give you the wrenches. They do give you some grease. I'll show you that in a second, but have two 10mm wrenches so you could do your maintenance on this boat. Time to get into the electronics now. So you've got a Spektrum S605 servo here. It's got 161 ounce-inches of torque, but it's got nylon gears, and if I remember correctly, I actually had to replace my sonic wake after about 6 runs or so. Don't quote me on that, but I did have to go and replace it because it just got too much slop in it, and I wish they gave us a metal geared servo in there just so that wouldn't happen. The 315 receiver tucked away nicely in there, already pre-wired and bound from the factory, and then you've got a Spektrum Smart Technology 160 amp speed controller. Look at the size of that, guys, and that's because it handles up to 8S battery packs. It's got the IC5 connectors on there. So it's got telemetry. If you go upgrade your radio system, you'll also be able to program it with the program card. And right behind it is a 1350 kV motor, 74x40. So we got a big motor, water cooled, and it's gonna pump out a ton of power. I like that they've got everything wired nicely too. Look at these short little wires over to the speed controller. Nicely set up. You do have to go throw your antenna on. And speaking of that, let me just show you really quick what comes with it. You get the SLT3 radio system. Kind of your basic Spektrum. Actually, it's one above the SLT2, so this is a nice radio system for it. Just what you need unless you want to get into the telemetry stuff. There's your antenna tube, there is your grease, that Velcro I mentioned, and the instruction sheets. All right, guys, I'm gonna go charge up 2 4S 100C battery packs, throw it in the boat. We're gonna see how fast this bad boy goes. All right, guys, we got a freshly charged 8S pack in here. Kind of a windy day, but let's just go for the speed test here. All right, so we got that started. Actually, it looks like it's calm enough so we can check out the speed. So we gotta take it out lightly. Come back around, and I'm gonna open it up right about now. Look at that, oh man. Oh man. This thing is a rocket. Let's try this going this way. That's a missile, guys. That is an absolute missile. It's dancing. This is straight out of the box. Oh man, it flipped. Thank God for self-righting. And there it goes. That was awesome. Actually gotta trim it just a little bit steering wise. And let's see what we got. I gotta get it closer to me. There we go. 58 on that one. I bet you we could squeeze 60 out of it. Let me give it another shot. Again, this is no tuning other than setting my steering trim. Here we go. Come back around and roll into it. Gotta keep on it. Can't really see it anymore. There it is. Oop, don't go too far. All right, what do we got, guys? 62 on that one. Yeah, baby, that is awesome. So there you have it. On a windy day, 62 miles an hour. We're about half throttle right now. It's about as fast as it was with the V2. Oh, it's got some serious pull. Pretty stable in the mid speed. This bad boy go, guys. The sound coming out of that is just intense. Another flyby. Oh, that's so cool, guys. So cool. It's handling really well. Look at this thing. It's doing some figure eights for you. I mean, it's getting light in the corners, but the big crash. And watch this. A few seconds. We're rolling. Come on. Keep rolling. Uh-oh. Still rolling. Oh, there we go. Nice. Nice linear throttle feel. Now when you're off power, just like slowly carting around, oh, there goes the boat again. We're just slowly going around the water. It is a little difficult to steer. You got to get it up on plane, and then it's got perfect steering. And there it is. All right, let's check this beast. And what's awesome about these new quarter turns, so I don't have to unscrew the whole thing. We just got a little water in there though. That might be slowing things down. I'll take that out. So yeah, we got just a little bit of water in the back there. That's not too bad. I'm not gonna take the plug out of the back just yet. We'll go back at it. Just take it easy for now until the water settles down. I mean, instant punch. I'm feathering the throttle. So this thing's got some serious rip on 8S. Out of the hole. Look at that thing bouncing around. ProBoat killing it with the Sonic Wake. What do you think, guys? Is this the perfect V-hull? I know one of the questions is going to be what's the run time, and that's always hard because I'm starting and stopping doing this video stuff, but what I'll do is I'll add up the camera footage time and I'll put that down in the video description. And so here, the battery died and it just cut off on me, so it gives you just enough power to bring it back to shore in little bursts, so you don't damage your battery packs. Just like that, we got it back. So I don't have a temp gun on me, but look at this, guys. Hands right on the heatsink, no problem. Here, end of the motor, no problem. Holding my hand on there. Connectors, lightly warm. The battery is barely warm. Yeah, they're warm. But yeah, this thing's got plenty of cooling. All right, out in the open water, all the boats are gone. Let's see if I can get some high speeds in over here. Still a little chop to deal with. And I'm one-handed driving this thing. That's always fun, right? Full throttle. That was a sick run. That was just on air. It was an airplane, basically. Guys, this is an absolutely sick boat. 8S, 60 miles an hour actually 62 miles an hour out of the box. Absolute insanity from ProBoat. Lots of awesome changes to this thing, worthy changes. If you gotta have one, I'll have links down in the video description below. That helps out the channel, or hit up your local hobby shop.